The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, the branded athlete, featuring in-depth interviews with and commentary on today's biggest and most successful athletes. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, the branded athlete.
I don't need y'all.
I don't know the song.
Don't wanna talk about it.
Don't
like
want
it.
to
We're
talk
gonna
about
get
it.
to know it. We're gonna get to know it.
Like I don't know nobody.
Like I don't know nobody.
Like I don't know no Clippers.
Oh, it's already started. Oh, we get the lights and everything.
What?
Okay.
Oh, you mad, huh? Sacramento's mad, huh? Y'all?
Okay.
Clippers happy. You won.
Here we go.
Already hating. Already hating.
Such hate.
It's ruined the
We're gonna
song
get
for
into
me.
it. Though. Watch. We're gonna get into it. I got
Sorry.
something for Erica a little later in the show.
Ooh.
That's okay. Guys, make sure you stay tuned because there will be a fight on tonight's episode of The Branded Athlete.
Ding ding, round one.
Round one. Happy Thursday, guys. You're watching The Branded Athlete on Black Hollywood Live. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Erica Renee D.
Hey everybody, this is Charlie. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Charles L. Myers.
What's up, everyone? This is Rheina. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rheina_Ale.
What's up, everybody? I am Joshua Johnson, Erica's arch enemy of this show. You can find me on JJ the Talented on social media. Be sure and follow me, follow us all, and follow BHL online.
That's right. Follow BHL and make sure when you get ready to get some more BHL, The Branded Athlete in your life, you just go to YouTube and watch the show over and over and over and over again. And
Put it
then
on
you
a repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it
And send us some love, you know.
And comment.
Comment.
Subscribe. Download on iTunes. We're
Share.
everywhere. We're in your dreams.
And we're every Thursday night.
And we're
now.
every Thursday night at
Every
7.
That's right.
So, guys, we've been fighting already about NBA, Lakers,
this is
Clippers.
rough.
But NBA
Kings.
season is here. I'm so excited. Basketball.
Round of applause. Round of
Yes.
applause. But we'll talk some NBA later. Can we talk about some NFL?
Let's do it.
get
Let's
down.
talk about it.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling that people will be disagreeing with me tonight because I want to talk about the 5 undefeated teams in the NFL. You got the Broncos, the Bengals, the Packers, the Panthers, and the Patriots. And of those 5 teams, we're almost halfway through the season. I wanted to talk about who you guys think are the realest of those teams, or I guess who do you think has the best chance of getting out of their conference and making it to the Super Bowl? I know who I think the realists are, but you guys want to chime in before I?
I'm excited about this one. Go ahead, Charlie. I know you got
Yeah,
something. I'm
yeah.
excited about this.
I'm gonna have to say Green Bay. Green Bay
Okay.
is looking strong this year. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but can they? Are they going to beat the Patriots though? Like, are they going to go further than the Patriots? Because
I think so.
the Patriots are going to win their division as always.
course.
They're probably going to go 16-0 if you look at their schedule. I would venture to say they're going to go 16-0, win every game.
Okay. All right.
Maybe one. No, I'm not going to say maybe one loss because you're going to tell me I'm backtracking. But I'm saying they're going to go 16-0.
Listen, I'm just listening very intently, ready to throw back in your face whenever the
fight
time
is
is right.
about
If I
to
can look
start.
at the schedule,
Already.
but you know who I really like though? I like Cincinnati Bengals. I've been a
Okay.
fan of them.
Yep.
I mean, they're not my team, but I do like them. I've been watching them since the Hard Knocks.
Okay,
A
yeah.
couple of seasons ago.
Okay.
And I really like. I like Andy Dalton as a quarterback. AJ Green, and they got a good running back core with they got Bernard and
Oh,
they
yeah.
have,
I'm trying to think of the other guy,
I'm
AJ
losing it. Is
Bernard.
it
I can't even think, but you guys out there
You-
know what we're talking about.
I lost it all.
Perhaps,
of a sudden.
but
But
yes.
yeah, I'm really liking them.
You like the
I'm
Bengals?
I'm liking the Bengals. I don't know. I don't in the last few postseasons they haven't really come through.
That's the thing, yeah.
yeah.
I was going to say that I think that the Bengals are not only undefeated, but they're also underrated. And it's obvious why, because each time they get an opportunity to prove themselves, they get knocked out immediately in the first game of the playoffs. And then you have Andy Dalton, although he has no rings. He hasn't really achieved anything of substance in the NFL. Andy Dalton actually has the highest QB rating in fourth quarters of all NFL quarterbacks. quarterbacks. He even has a higher fourth quarter QB rating than Aaron Rodgers. So you take that, you take the AJ Green, you take the fact that they are still undefeated at this point in the season, and how could you not give them at least a nod to make it maybe hopefully past the second round of the playoffs?
Hopefully, but coming up in the regular season schedule, though, they do have the Steelers coming up this weekend.
Yep.
Right? And then
That's
they,
a good
and I
game
think
for
Big
them.
Ben is
Steelers,
back.
yep.
Big Ben is back. But they have the Broncos and the Cardinals left this season. So I think that's going to be two tough matchups for them. And I'm looking up what is his name? It's Jeremy Hill. Thank you.
Jeremy Hill, okay.
Yeah, Giovanni Bernard and Jeremy Hill. I had to look it up. Okay.
Hill. Rheina, who do you think is the realest of the undefeateds, the current undefeateds in the NFL?
See, I don't have a favorite team, but
Okay.
I think right now I would say the Panthers. I think Cam
Superman.
Newton has been playing. Yes,
Superman,
he's been playing
yes.
amazing.
The Panthers have been doing good, but you got to. I think you got to
Yeah.
credit offensive coordinator Mike Shula for getting the best out of each of those players. I have some stats here. Panthers are ranked 6th in total offense with 27 points a game, but 22nd in total yards, 29th in passing yards, which means they're not relying on Cam Newton's arm.
They're not,
but more so
yeah.
they're first in rushing yards, so they're relying on Cam as a runner, and Jonathan Stewart, the running back.
And I like that Cam Newton is finally using his brain and his brawn. He's a big guy, tough, sturdy. He can get you those extra yards to convert, to first downs. But he's actually staying in the pocket a lot. And I know a lot of times quarterbacks get crucified for running first. And I'm really appreciating and watching the maturation of Cam Newton as he uses his arms as well as his legs when necessary. So I like that pick, Rheina.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to their defense too. I think their defense has been really huge.
They're on fire.
Yeah.
Very
Now,
good point.
What about the Patriots now? The Patriots
I'm telling
seem guys, like really okay, so this is my theory. Bill Belichick to me, to the Patriots, is what Popovich is to the Spurs. He finds these underrated, under the radar players who no one's really checking for, and he turns them into these pragmatic players who can be implemented into his schemes really easily. And Bill Belichick has such a thumb to the pulse on how to avoid the tabloid nature that sometimes is sports reporting, and his players are so buttoned up. His coaches never give you anything like to feed the tabloids. And then he has the golden boy, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So he has, really strong, he has a strong foundation.
I feel like any team could win with Tom Brady. Any team.
Okay.
Any team.
Okay.
I feel
He's that good, huh?
Yeah, I feel like even the Chargers could win
Really?
with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, he's that good of a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he'll go down as one of the greats. And I think what you were mentioning is really just like a top-down attitude of the organization's culture. Is they stay out of the tabloids. They go out there, they get their job done, they do it well, and that's it.
They do.
And they win, and they're dominant.
Okay, so who do you think will, of the teams that are undefeated, so you got the Broncos, the Packers, the Bengals, Patriots, Panthers, Bengals, Broncos, and Packers.
Yeah.
Of those 5 undefeated teams, who do you guys think will be the first to lose a game? Will it happen tonight? As a matter of fact, the Dolphins are playing the Patriots right now. Will it happen tonight? Will it happen when the Steelers and the Bengals face each other? Will it happen in Monday Night Football when the Colts and the Panthers play each other?
I think the Panthers are going to lose first against the Colts.
You hating on Superman?
Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see
The
them
Colts,
get.
though, lately haven't been
They,
doing
they,
that
they,
well.
haven't, they haven't been doing that well, but I feel like luck can get them through to that win.
You're gonna need a lot of luck.
Yes.
I don't see it happening. I think the first team, I think I had it written down here. The first team is probably going to be the Broncos. Look, they have Packers, the Patriots, and the Bengals on their schedule.
Okay.
So they have 3 of this. What is it? 5?
Yeah, of the 5 undefeated
Are
teams.
they playing on the road or are they
3
playing
of
at
the
home?
other 4
Which is
undefeated
important,
teams.
yeah.
I don't have that stat, but they've got those 3 on their schedule.
Coming
so
right up.
they're
Yep.
going to have a tough time. And Peyton Manning, he's been skating through, and I'm surprised they're undefeated to this point, but I don't think he can last as an undefeated through those teams.
He has been skating through Peyton Manning, and he's actually my starting quarterback on my fantasy football team. But thankfully, I had Matthew Stafford to back him up, because otherwise I would have been completely out of the running to win. But that's another story. But even though he's literally skating through Peyton Manning, somehow they're still eking out wins. So I wouldn't be so quick to say the Broncos would be the first team to win. I think I agree with you Charlie. I think
Yeah.
the
What did you say,
Panthers.
Charlie? You said
The Panthers.
with the Colts.
Yeah,
The Colts.
The Colts.
Let's see. It remains to be seen. We'll see. They do have Packers and Falcons left. They got Falcons twice since they are division mates. They got Falcons twice in their schedule, and they got the Packers before that. So,
Rheina, who you got? Who do you think?
I don't know. I mean, now that I'm listening to you guys, I'm like changing my mind a lot. I'm like
Going back and forth.
Back
because I
She's
did.
a politician. She's flip flopping.
Hey, okay.
You must have lost the debate last night.
Exactly.
I say, I'm gonna say the Bengals.
Okay, the
I
first
think-
team to lose of these 5. Okay.
They play the Steelers, and I think that that's going to be a tough game for them, especially how the Steelers have been playing so far. So I'm going to say the Bengals.
Okay.
Go against you two, just cause.
But honestly, I do. See, now I'm going to backtrack too, Charlie.
I'm gonna get you a
See?
shirt. Backtracker.
I'm also a politician. I'm flipping and flopping. I like that pick, though, Rheina, because the Steelers, of course, Landry Jones was starting. Big Ben is allegedly coming back this week. Is he
That'll
really
change
coming back
everything.
this week? And even if he is Big Ben going to be in full, healthy game time form to be able to stand up against the Bengals defense? You know, that remains to be seen. But even if Big Ben is in the game, I think that yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree. So
All right.
I have two.
We'll see what happens next Thursday.
Next Thursday night.
We'll see.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about football, about real live regular football. Now let's talk about some fake football, also known as fantasy football. We always like fake football, also known as fantasy football.
Football for the rest of us who wish we could
right.
be playing.
Who wish we could play? Now, how are you guys doing in your fantasy leagues now?
I won this past week. I was 5-2.
I did win. I have one win under my belt. That's about it.
You only had one win so far,
that's
Charlie.
it. That's
What
it.
is sick?
I know.
Oh, man.
I know.
Jeez Louise.
It's terrible.
Now
You
we
need this.
I do.
exactly. Again, a perfect segue. So for you guys out there who are like Charlie, you know what, Charlie, I'm with you too because I lost again. I think I'm 4 and what is it? 4 and what? No, 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Hey, you're better than me.
I think I'm 3 and 4. Yeah. So Charlie and me have very, very bad fantasy
I'm
football
gonna sign
teams.
up tonight.
And so this is for people like us and for people like Rheina who have not yet gotten into fantasy football. DraftKings.com.
Basketball.
Yeah,
Sorry.
basketball is Rheina's
they got
thing. So
basketball, too.
this is good
Yeah.
for people who like normally play basketball. You can introduce yourself into fantasy football with DraftKings.com. If you are kind of afraid of a 16 week long commitment, DraftKings is for you because every week you can actually change your roster, and not only can you change your roster, you have an opportunity to win lots of money. The grand prize this year for DraftKings.com is actually $2 million, and every week there's a $1 million winner. So that sounds very appealing to me.
I like that.
I'll take it.
So guys, literally it's just as easy as picking your players, getting your points piled up, and then you just get your cash through DraftKings. And when you go to DraftKings.com, so that they know that we sent you at Black Hollywood Live, use the promo code BLACK and win some money. And as we like to say here at Black Hollywood Live, the branded athlete, send us a check.
Ooh,
Give us
yeah.
some.
Oh
Give us
yeah.
some.
Cut us off a piece.
Get that money. Charlie, what you got?
Well, we got some baseball World Series. So there was some problems with Fox Network's stream showing up for Game 1 of the World Series, and
We're talking about network.
yeah, the
Right.
network. They actually cut out for 8 minutes. There was a point where there was a host that cut to the Fox Sports Network, and he was like, "Oh, are we going back? We're going back." No, we're not going back. So I feel like they dropped the ball. I don't
Wait, 8 minutes, right? Like
8
8 minutes
minutes.
of dead air.
of dead air for the World Series.
Well, they
I
kept...
blame the Patriots. I think they're up to something.
Okay.
I think that, they're like, we're not getting enough credit as being undefeated. Let's cut their feet.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Well, they cut back to the in studio.
Yep.
The host, and they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
What was it?
Like, so what do you think?
Are we back? No. Yeah, I feel like
no
they dropped the ball.
judgment, no judgment. Because
No.
I mean, live television is hard.
Yeah.
Of course. I feel like it's good press for the baseball, though. Baseball gets some bad rap sometimes. Like you said last week, baseball can be boring, but this adds a different aspect. People are talking about it. They're going on Twitter. They're going on Facebook. They're going on Instagram. Maybe bad press saying...
Well, they're probably saying it's still boring because there was nothing going on.
But they're getting more publicity to the World Series. So I mean, do you feel like they dropped the ball?
Personally, I mean, things like that happen. I don't think anything is 100%. What is it? Foolproof? Is that the word?
Yeah.
You know, this happened. Something similar happened. 2013 Super Bowl. Lights went out.
That was Beyonce's fault.
Things happen.
like
You know.
Queen
So
Bee
you-
said,
Queen
"Cut
Bee."
these lights off."
So you can't always have things go well 100% of the time.
I know, but
Personally, I don't think it's a big deal personally, but you know, things happen.
I don't know. I feel like they dropped it bad.
Rheina,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I don't think it's a big deal
No?
either. I think, but if we're talking about social media wise, like at first I didn't know about this, but I went on Twitter and the hashtags, everything.
See,
so
there you go.
those are pretty entertaining. But it did bring some. I mean, it was bad press, but still, at least it brought some attention.
Any press
towards
is
the
good
World
press.
Series.
Yeah, and so I wonder, this is what I think. So this is what was the most watched game one since 2009 of the World Series.
See?
And it garnered 14.1 or 14.9 million viewers. I wonder if the glitch with the broadcast had a negative effect, had an adverse effect on the viewership. Like I wonder if there were maybe 2 or 3 million more people tuned in who were like, you know what? Baseball sucks anyway. I'm just going to turn. Because honestly, I like you said, was it you, Josh, last week that said baseball is boring?
It's Josh.
Yeah, at times.
Well, it can be boring. And I think people oftentimes they make up their minds that they are over something. It just takes one little thing to be like, oh, I told you I'm over it. So I think it's a big deal. And bad press, like you said, can be good press.
Give me good press.
But MLB doesn't have any room to F up anymore.
Yeah,
like they kind of have to walk a straight and narrow to keep viewers.
It's not America's sweetheart anymore.
No.
That's football. So
Yeah, America's pastime, they call it.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, I don't know about that, but I think somebody in the production truck is watching all the Blake Hotline Bling memes,
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
a little too much.
Watch him
and
doing his dance.
Yeah.
Power, they cut the power somehow. I don't know. That's what they said. The power was cut to the production truck. So
And not only that, it was 14 innings long.
yeah,
So that was the longest game of the World Series ever. Now,
does that include the time off air?
off air as well.
Because the game was still going on.
The game was still
Yeah.
going on, and it was the longest game that they've ever had for the World Series. There was a lot of things that went on in Game 1, but that one specifically, I mean, there is talk where I would actually be okay with the time limit or specifically ending at like the 12th inning or something along those lines, where they have an ending to the actual sport instead of going to 14 innings in the World Series when it's like it was in Kansas City. What time would it have been?
It was about what,
It was-
like 11, 12? Wait,
It
are they
was
Central
1:30.
time?
It
I think
ended
it's
at
Central
1:30.
time.
Oh, so maybe 12:30 in Kansas. I don't know. They're Central. It was late.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
so
late.
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 But
Okay.
then, if you ended at 12 innings, I mean, say they're still tied. What happens?
Yeah. How would you handle that?
Well,
Do a home run derby?
yeah, like hockey used to hockey
has
used
a
to do
shootout.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So they may have something where they can work out. They have the replay now to make it a little bit more controversial. So
That's true.
So you're saying cap it once you're tied at the end of 9 innings, cap it at 12. What if we just cap it somewhere before
9?
9? Before 9, maybe like 6 innings.
Oh, come on now, Josh. Now,
Couple
really?
innings down, 6-inning game. What do you
So I guess
think? Is that too far fetched?
Baseball fans out there
Am I-
they're gonna murder you in these mentions, okay?
No, I do like
Josh-
baseball when it's exciting.
not me.
Okay, but
JJ the Talented.
maybe
Exactly.
no, but seriously, like, what if we just cut it down, maybe 6-7 innings, just shave a couple innings off. Nobody's gonna really know.
I disagree. I when I go to a baseball game, I'm there from pitch 1, first inning till the 9th inning, and I love it. I don't know. I just the whole entire environment is something different than any other sport. Yes, it may be boring at times, but it takes a smart man to enjoy the sport.
Ooh,
so.
Josh.
Is that a dig?
Oh,
We have
Shots
another
fired?
fight going on. 2 against 1.
Charlie bit
I'm out of
me.
it.
Jeez Louise.
Oh man.
But Charlie, a lot of baseball purists have your same sentiment, and they say that baseball is a game of strategy, and you have to really be
Yes.
it's a thinking person's game.
It is a thinking person's game.
So to cut it at 6 innings, I think is a little bit bizarre. But I would be definitely down, Josh, with you to cut it at least at 12 innings. Charlie,
Yeah,
I compromise.
7
Yeah,
pitches stretch,
yeah.
you just kind of make it with
I
the
mean,
car.
we have to realize the times, and people have the internet, and they are going to get disinterested within a certain amount of time. So yes, I feel like there should be a cutoff. Even though it is the World Series, they should be like, okay, maybe we should have a home run derby, and then it would be exciting. People
Yeah.
would tune in.
Yeah. Why do you think that baseball stars are less social media engaged than our
They're
NBAs and
They're country boys.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I think they have enough time sitting on the bench. They can do it during the game. It's just
Well,
Good point.
Yeah, there's a
Periscope
Yeah.
while you're in the dugout. Make it interesting.
Well, did you hear about Juan Uribe about earlier this year? He was on Instagram during the game.
When he got in trouble for that.
Yeah, he got in trouble for
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. Maybe they should change that rule. I don't know.
Maybe so, because baseball needs to. I've said this before. Baseball is really boring, and I feel that at this time in our society, social media is what brings excitement to.
Very much so.
You know, to things that people normally aren't interested in, or things that people used to be interested in but aren't any longer. So, yeah, Uribe, he was doing the right thing. He's ahead of his time.
He's a forerunner.
So, who do you guys think is going to win the World Series? The Mets
Royals.
or the Royals?
Royals.
Easily.
Royals.
I want the Mets to win, but they're.
But we were talking about
they're,
this.
They're done.
Off
they're,
the air,
they're
we
done.
were talking about. You know, the Royals are going to win this.
But they're going home to New York. Their fans are great. So I'm hoping that they win a couple.
Who's going to win?
It's going to be the Royals.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, Rheina. Who's going to win? Royals,
I said
or
Royals.
Mets? Okay, Mets. Okay,
Royals,
you said
yeah.
Royals.
Royals are going to win this.
I-
They were there last year. They know what it's like.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and they got their hearts broken last year too.
They're not going to do that again.
And yeah, and the Mets, I think, will look back on Game 1, 9th inning, and say this was our chance. Like we had our chance, Game 1, 9th inning. After that, it's over. I mean, I do not see this going back to New York. I mean, going back to Kansas City. I'm sorry, I don't see this going back to Kansas City.
I agree.
What else baseball, Charlie? Because I snubbed you last week.
There was an exciting play at the very, very first pitch of the World Series. It was a inside the park home run.
Ooh.
First pitch of the World Series.
How did I miss that?
So
I had to go back on Sports Center, ESPN.
I don't think it was because it was.
YouTube.
So he hit it to center, and Yoenis Cespedes, which is the Mets center fielder, he actually kind of dropped the ball. They were supposed to put him on.
Wait, literally?
Not really, but it landed, and then he tried to field it
Yeah.
backwards, and then it landed, and the guy made it around to home within 15 seconds.
Wow.
Wait, who was the runner? Who was that?
I don't remember his
Okay.
name.
Well,
But-
yeah.
yeah.
Dude's fast.
Somebody fast.
Someone real fast.
Somebody who has a good 40.
Yeah, but I think that's exciting. That's the first time it's ever happened since 1929, so that's pretty cool.
See, we've got to pull this kind of stuff out of our butts to make baseball exciting. This is when you know the sport has a problem. Charlie, I'm sorry.
Hey, I guess I'm the lone star on this one, right?
We support you. We support your baseball passion, but you have to help usher us into your.
Oh yeah,
this
we'll
passion
have
that
to
you
go to game or something next season or something.
Yes.
Or we
Let's
can just
do
watch
that.
at home.
Wait a minute. I mean, since we're on
I'll go.
Black,
I'll go to a game with you.
Hollywood Live, do black people watch baseball?
Yes,
Oh,
They do.
yes, I would have to say yes.
What? Go.
So one of my good friends is a you're making me say it. And he's a Dodger fan, and he goes to literally every single game.
But that's one black person. Okay.
True.
I think maybe black Americans are not as into baseball as our black people from the Dominican or.
I feel like East Coast people are more into it.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Black people out there, you guys into baseball? Why or why not?
Why don't you tweet that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do
And,
it.
hashtag BHL or tag BHL online and let us know if you're into baseball.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so. I'm not hoping. Yeah, right.
And we're just curious, don't be offended. And if you are offended, whatever.
just asking a question.
Open forum for conversation. Rheina.
Okay, let's talk about the most exciting sport in the world.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Thank you.
Basketball season is
Finally,
here.
something we can talk about.
So let's start with the Warriors ring ceremony happened Tuesday night. They were at
That's
Oracle.
exciting.
It was actually a really nice ceremony.
I was in the car at the time. I heard it on the radio. They had to go on Sirius XM.
I can't watch it. I'm still the Warriors still make me physically ill from last year.
But it sounded, at least from what I heard on the radio, it sounded exciting. Like
Yeah.
getting your ring, being
they-
introduced as world champions.
Did you
unveiling
see the
banner.
size of the rings? Did you guys see the
I haven't
rings?
seen it.
They're
Oh, they're
the
so
most
nice.
expensive ring in sports history.
Oh.
Did you guys see that?
I haven't seen it yet. I gotta see it.
And one of the guys actually got it fitted for his middle
It was
finger.
Bogut, right? I think it was Bogut, so he could give everybody the middle finger.
with his
Wow.
ring. Yeah.
And there's a middle finger emoji now on iPhone too. By the way, just want to throw that out there.
Is it really?
And you
There
can throw
it is.
a
I used
ring
it
in
today,
there.
actually.
There you go.
Loved it.
There you go. Sorry, Rheina.
Oh no, it's fine. Warriors. He got the rings. Did you guys see Charles Barkley with the jump shooting team shirt on?
Yeah, I
So
saw
that was pretty funny. Chef Curry opened up the game with the 40 piece. I mean,
And
24
in the first.
24 in the
In
first
the
quarter.
first-
And he
Yeah.
didn't score
What?
any
First
any
quarter.
points in the fourth quarter. Not
What?
one.
Like,
I mean, he's
okay,
just-
so he had 40 points. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
7 assists too, by the way.
7 assists, 40 points. But check this out. Despite poor shooting from the rest of his team, because players like Green, Barnes, they both went 3 for 12.
Mm-hmm.
Thompson went 3 for 8. Like he scored 40. They still won with this team doing poorly.
Yep.
So my question for you guys is: does that say more about how valuable Curry is to his team, or more about how bad the Pelicans can be?
I feel like the Pelicans are bad.
Yes, that's a very dismal team.
Bad.
That game's like a homecoming game. You know, you beat up on the homecoming team when you're in college, and you just get the worst team that you can absolutely find so that you can win.
Yeah.
It was a ring ceremony. They got the worst team that they could possibly play, so they could, because a
Should
lot
have
of
been a
times.
marquee matchup: Anthony Davis versus.
Didn't,
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Davis
Yeah.
is a good player, but
Didn't they make him shoot a 3 at the beginning of the game?
Who, Anthony
And-
Davis?
Yeah.
He might have, but he might as well have, because he was 4 for 20 that game. So definitely not worth the $145 million he'll be getting starting next year.
That's rough.
That contract extension. So yeah, and this is the last year of his rookie deal. So I think he should kind of make sure that he proves that he's worth that money he's getting. As far as
I don't know why, but I see him.
Davis goes.
I see him going to Lakers.
Wait.
Erica,
I have a headache. I'm sorry.
you,
Say it again.
you're about to say something.
No. I'm just listening to this blasphemy about Lakers.
Oh, blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Oh.
Okay.
This is blasphemy. But no, I want to know from Rheina, because Rheina, I know that the Warriors are kind of like your second or third team to home to your heart. So what do you think about Curry's performance?
I mean, I think Curry's a really good player. I mean, not only is he's just, his scoring ability is out of this world. I think Jerry West this morning, I think he stated that he's one of the best shooters to play this game. I don't know.
I was gonna say, when can we call him the best shooter ever? When can we do that? Because
I feel like
say
now.
that.
I feel like
would say
now.
that. I think he's proven. I think he's
so,
proven
too.
himself, especially after last season. This season, I mean, come on, opening night, 40 points, and
Although
it's just
against
so
the Pelicans-
effortlessly. Like it's some
just
of his
the
shots
same.
that he's making, they're fadeaway threes. I mean, he's just so smooth. So I would give him that title.
But
so.
look, Ray and I, we both played basketball,
Right.
high school, college. We've had our share of on nights shooting performances, lights out performances. I'm sure. At this point, Steph Curry, and you can probably attest to this. Steph Curry is at the point, I think, in his form where he's done this so much. He's probably been in the gym for hours shooting and shooting that it's just unconscious for him. So he knows
so, too.
no matter where he's at on the floor, no matter where the defender is and what kind of defense they're giving him,
Yeah.
he knows just how much arc to put on the ball, how much velocity to put on the ball at any point, and it's just unconscious. That's what's so scary about it.
I
Like,
agree.
he doesn't think
Yeah.
about it anymore. He
I
knows just what touch to give it.
I just don't understand why the Pelicans didn't guard him. They weren't guarding
They
him.
were
the-
trying.
Who can
I mean,
guard him?
how
Yeah,
can you guard him?
Just give him. I mean, he can create his own shot, but if he comes off a screen and just puts it up there, it's over.
And
like you said,
it's-
effortless.
It's another thing with him is it's momentum too. So if he scores the first 3 baskets off threes,
That's
it's
it.
a wrap. A lot with shooting, like it is the effort. I mean, it is the work you put in off the court, practices, doing your own shooting drills, whatever, working on your form. But it's also confidence. Like if I know that I'm having a great game and I'm shooting lights out, I'm shooting the ball
You're shooting
every day. Like in the
that's
first
true.
quarter, I'm
Yep.
shooting the ball the whole game. So
And that makes your teammates want to get
Exactly.
into it too.
It does.
They want to join
Yep.
the party. Well, not last night. Well, not that game because they were horrible. But usually it makes your teammates want to get
I
into it.
feel like Steph Curry and his daughter could have played better than the rest of Steph
Oh
Curry team.
man, Riley, you gonna bring Riley into this?
She does a good nay-nay though.
Yeah.
She does. She does.
so cute.
Nene. I am actually starting to look at Curry as like a Usain Bolt, for example, because so this is, follow me, stay with me here. Okay. Well, you look at athletes, like track stars, who have just mastered the art. I'm sorry, I think I just spit on you. Who just mastered the art.
Splash show over here.
Splash Brothers.
Exactly. Who've mastered the art of beating their times and beating everyone else. But I never really looked at shooting 3-pointers as being comparable to a skill like running, because shooting 3-pointers seems like something that's so contingent upon everything else that's going around you. But like you said, Rheina, he has just, like, that's his thing now. I don't know that he can ever be off. I don't know if he can ever, like, I would never expect for Usain Bolt to have an off day running.
Well, even in the
I don't ever expect for Curry to have an off day shooting anymore, and that's very scary.
Mm-hmm. Even in the finals, he had off games, but then he would come back and shoot 40 points. And he would destroy the other team. So, I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm afraid of Chef Curry with the 40
So,
piece.
do you think the Warriors are on pace for a 2-peat?
No.
You say
You
no?
say no.
I love that. Charlie, elaborate.
So, I feel like a healthy Cavs team could beat them.
But whoa, back up. So for you to even say that a healthy Cavs team could beat the Warriors means that you think the Warriors are coming out of the West.
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like it's a repeat of the finals again, but I feel like LeBron is gonna take it this year.
Okay.
I mean, I could see that based on last year's finals. I thought the same thing. I thought that if Cavs had all their players, they would have beat Golden State Warriors.
Oh yeah. I mean, LeBron alone, he was handling the Warriors. He kept it close.
I think that the Warriors will not two-peat this year. And I say that because in my mind, the Clippers...
She's gonna say the Clippers.
Of course,
no,
There are a bunch of haters. There are a bunch of haters. 1, 2, 3 to my left. All the haters are to my left. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, just want you to know. The Clippers, the Warriors, the Spurs, and who's the other team? Clippers, Warriors, Spurs. OKC. To me, those 4 teams all have equal opportunities, equal chances to get out of the West. And of course, we're in week 1. Most teams have only played 1 game so far. Clippers are playing game 2 right now. Let's go, rise up. But yeah, I think it could be anyone's ball game out of the West. I really do. Well, I'm sorry, out of those top 4 teams in the West, any one of them could come out. And I don't think that the Warriors are a shoo-in this year. I don't think they're a shoo-in to come out of the West. You're saying they're not a shoo-in to win it all. I'm saying they're not a shoo-in to even come out of the West.
I think they're gonna smash on the Clippers.
Whatever.
I think so too. After seeing their performance last night.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, let's.
You guys barely won against the Kings.
Let's talk about the Clippers.
Let's talk about the Clippers.
Go, Rain.
So the opening night performance, they played Sacramento Kings at Sacramento up there, and so CP did his thing. Blake Griffin had about 32 points.
33,
yeah.
8 rebounds, and 4 assists.
He did solid, and
solid.
he did solid.
Okay.
I mean that's what he's supposed to do, but I'm saying, you're Blake Griffin. Okay, never mind. But they also, interesting, like Clippers, they added Lance Stevenson, Josh Smith, and Paul Pierce. So how did you guys watch the game last night?
Yep.
Or,
What? Why?
so,
Anyway.
I watched another game last night.
Whatever.
We'll talk about that.
how do you think those additions, Stevenson, Josh Smith, and Paul Pierce, like, how do you think that's going to affect the Clippers, Miss Clipper over here?
Okay, thank you. I was waiting.
Wait,
I was waiting.
Are you
gonna start off?
Let's start
I was
this.
waiting for my number to be called because I am the representative for the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
Here at Black
Wait,
Hollywood Live.
let's listen.
So yes, I am confident that the additions of Stevenson and Josh Smith and who's the other one? Oh, Paul Pierce, will help us get over the hump. Let me tell you, because we no longer have Matt Barnes, and everyone needs a crazy person on their team. Matt Barnes was our crazy. Now we got Stevenson. Stevenson is our new crazy. He's going to be blowing in people's ears and doing all kinds of, crazy, almost flagrant foul, deserving stuff that is going to help beef up our team. So you need a crazy person. We got one, Stevenson. Josh Smith, definitely someone who is a liability when it comes to free throw shooting. So I hate that because you got 2 big men in Josh and in DJ who get to the free throw line and barely shoot 50%. So that is a problem. But on the other side, when DJ is in foul trouble, that would be a good rotation to have Josh Smith come in. A big body on the court, can get into the paint. And yeah, we need Josh Smith's paint presence. And then Paul Pierce. Old man Pierce, he is clutch. He proved last night that he was clutch when he tied the game up. I don't know, people are rolling their eyes at me. Clipper Nation. Let me tell you, because Clipper Nation supports me. So Clipper Nation out there, you murdered them in the mentions, okay? Because they're rolling their eyes at me. Paul Pierce was clutch last year as a Wizard. Has already proven that he's clutch this year. He has a championship ring. He's a leader. He's tenured. He's experienced. He's home. He's in Los Angeles. He's home where his heart is. So yeah, these are all very great additions, and we will see you, Cavaliers, NBA Finals in April.
Oh, NBA Finals.
Calling it.
Are you done?
Can we go now?
Done.
Are you done?
Okay, go ahead, Josh.
I'm just kidding. No, I agree with what you said. I think, I like to be adversarial with you for the fun of it. Okay. I mean, you probably really do hate the Lakers.
No, I don't.
I don't hate the Clippers.
I don't hate the Lakers.
It's the hometown team. They come after the Lakers, of course, but I still like the Clippers, okay? I just can't. I just get upset when they can't make it past the second round. But listen, they do, like you said, they do have the pieces in place. They have the pieces in place now. They've got Lance Stevenson adds defense. They've got the veteran in Paul Pierce who can hopefully guide them past the second round and let them know how it feels and what it's like and what it takes to win in the playoffs. He should be able to do that, I hope. They've got a core of CP3, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan.
Yes.
Okay? So of those three, I think, though, someone needs to really take responsibility of the team. Like, if I asked you right now, whose team is the Clippers?
CP3s.
Yep.
Easily.
Is
CP3s.
Yeah?
CP.
CP3. Is he, do you think he's taking the responsibility, like, when they lose, is he taking that on his shoulders? Because someone needs to step up.
He does.
And I haven't really seen that. Is he doing that?
He doesn't. And the reason you might, in your convoluted Lakers fan head, think that CP3 is not a leader. You can throw the water at me. It's because he does whine on the court a lot. So he whines, he cries foul, he goes, oh, you got it on me. He gets really passionate about stuff that he's guilty of doing. So that, to me, undermines his leadership ability, like his role as a leader. But when the games are over and they lose, he does take responsibility for their meltdowns. He does.
Well, good. And then he needs to keep doing that, because if they don't win it this year, like if they don't get out past second round this year, there's definitely something wrong with this team.
Okay.
Yep.
They with the people they have in place, they should do it. Not only with the people I mentioned, but they've got finesse down low and body banging down low.
We do.
They've got shooters. They got a couple. They've got
Still got
shooters.
Jamal Crawford,
JJ Redick, and
JJ, yes,
if they don't do it now, then win.
Let me check this score.
So I have a question for you, Ms.
me?
Clipper.
Okay, yes.
So, and actually everyone can chime in on this. So you're adding Stevenson, you're adding Josh Smith,
Yes.
Paul Pierce, veteran. Okay, so you're also going to be adding a lot more egos to the team. So,
Very much so.
I saw the game last night. They were working things out together. But do you think later on the season that maybe some of, I don't know, say Stevenson, this is my team, like, let me take over?
Stevenson?
Like, do you think that's
No,
no, I'm
not
just saying, like,
Stevenson.
somebody, their ego's just going to get higher, and, you think that's going to mess up their chemistry at all?
I would say on another team, perhaps, but the Clippers have always, the Clippers for the past several years have kind of been like your little brothers, like, oh, they have so much fun together, we hang out, DJ and Blake are best friends, and CP3 is so nice. I feel that team is the anti-NBA team, if that makes any sense. They are really friends. Yeah. They really do like each other. And then Doc Rivers is such a father figure. And DJ is dating Doc's daughter. And then you got the literal son on the team. And there's so many family ties on that team. I don't think that Doc Rivers and CP3 and the culture of that team will allow for egos to grow. Now, if this were the Sacramento Kings, where you got crazy DeMarcus Cousins,
I hate them.
How about that?
Yeah, he did say that.
I think some NBA team cultures do provide the kind of environment where egos can grow, but the Clippers aren't that team. I mean, you don't have room for your ego to grow in the Clippers. He hasn't done anything to have an ego in the Clippers.
You can't forget they're bandwagon fans, so
But you don't think Paul Pierce down the line, when it comes to playoffs, he's not going to step up and say, look, this is what we have to do.
He's 60 years old. He knows that this is his final bow. Unlike Kobe, he knows that this is his last hurrah. He knows when to. He knows his role. Paul Pierce knows his role. He has his championship. He's home. He came back to Inglewood. where it's all good, so that he could be home and have a last final bow for his NBA career. He's not thinking about.
How do you know Kobe's not doing that? How do you know it's not his final year?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're certainly not comparing Paul Pierce. And
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, of course not. I mean, those are apples to bananas. But my only point was that Paul Pierce has achieved so much as a player and as a leader that his ego is a non-factor.
I think that it might negatively affect the team
I agree with
going on into the season because like getting past second round was an issue. You never know what goes on off the court in the locker room. Like I think they might on social media seem like they're best friends, they're great together, whatever, but you never know what's really going on. So I think that like having those players added to the team, I think it's a great move for Doc Rivers, but I think somebody, I'm not saying one of the three, or like I don't know, so maybe some of the bench players are gonna be like, I need more minutes. I think maybe CP might get into it with DJ. Blake Griffin might be like, no, this is my team. CP, I don't know. I think that having all stars like that, I mean, together, I think that might cause problems.
Okay.
Yeah, to your point, who's going to take the last shot?
Exactly.
CP or Paul Pierce if he's on the court.
CP should take the last
Exactly.
shot, but what if Stevenson's hot and they're not giving, and he demands the ball, but CP's doing the same thing.
That's a coaching
So it's like
decision.
saying like
That
both
is
of
coaching,
them.
Yeah.
It is a coaching decision, but
should be
as a
Doc's
player,
decision, like you said.
if you want the ball,
See, Stevenson is so young in the league, and he could have so much career ahead of him. You can't come to another team and be the cancer on another team. Stevenson, I think this is Lance Stevenson's opportunity to prove himself and to reel his crazy back in just enough to be crazy enough to give us a but to be not crazy enough to not take the ball from CP3 when it's his shot to take the last shot in the game. So he has to find that balance. Lance Stevenson, if you're watching and when you come sit on our couch and talk to us, I will say the same thing to your face. If the play is not drawn up for you to take the last shot, it's the CP's team. But if it is, if he's hot like you said, I don't think CP3's ego is so big that he would hate a Lance Stevenson for taking a Lou Williams type shot from last night. But I'm just getting ahead of ourselves.
okay,
Why?
that was.
Why? What? You want to go into that? You want to talk about
Actually,
that?
should we move on?
Okay, I mean,
Let's
yeah,
move on.
yeah.
We have more.
Let's move
stories.
on. We won't go into Lakers right away, but let's just start with some of the top NBA storylines of this season, okay? Before we go into our Lakers fight. But anyways, I want to know from you guys though. LeBron James, we all know who he is, right? You know LeBron James.
I don't know who he is.
Who's that?
He's a pretty good player, right? He's a pretty good player.
He's nice.
He's been to the finals the last 5 straight years. 6 times in 9 years, but has only won 2 titles in 12 seasons, as compared to Magic, who has 5 in his first 8 seasons. Michael Jordan had 5 in his first 12. If the Cleveland Cavaliers, if LeBron and the Cavaliers don't win the championship this season, does that affect LeBron's legacy at all?
I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Is this a turning point, like in his career? I don't think it's in dispute that he's a great player.
No.
There may be some dispute whether he's the greatest player. But if they don't win, how will it affect his legacy?
Yeah, it's going to affect him quite a bit because, like you named all those players, and they did it within that same amount of time. Yes, he's a great player. That's undeniable. But is he a good teammate?
Ooh, that hurt me. You hurt me when you said that. Is LeBron a good teammate? LeBron reminds me of that savant genius who gets everything his way all the time from the time they're even have a conscience. And I think that people cater to LeBron because he is so talented, and because he's been catered to his entire life. He's probably like a Kobe in a sense. All he knows how to do, and that is not a dig. I'm just that.
Fix your mouth. Talk about Lakers and Kobe one more time.
That is not a dig. That's not a dig at all. I'm just saying that LeBron is so smart and talented that he doesn't know anything else but to be the big man on campus, head honcho. So if he's a bad teammate, it's not his fault. That's all I'm saying.
He's a baby. I'm sorry.
He's still got plenty more years ahead of him.
He
still
does.
got 5 good prime years ahead of him probably. And he's won twice. I mean, there's a lot of great players who haven't won it all. I don't think, really, when you think about it, I don't think it really shouldn't affect his legacy. I mean, he's been there. Every team he goes to, he takes him to the finals. So, I mean, what more do you want?
But he's carrying the team. It's not. Yes, like I said earlier, I feel like the Cavs had the pieces to win the finals because of what they have healthy wise. But I don't know. Like, I feel like he's not a good team member.
I don't think he's a good teammate either. But I mean, we can't knock his talent, his ability. I mean, he is a monster. I think he's one of the greatest players, not of all time right now. But as a teammate, yeah, I think that's that's a reason for the Cavaliers.
Now, Josh, we have some more NBA storylines to talk about for next week because we have talked so much NBA. We got so excited about NBA. We talked about it.
We did.
So long.
Season opener.
So yeah, it was the NBA tip-off.
Well, we have to skip to at least
what?
What you've been talking about all night.
Well, what is
Okay,
it?
I brought you a little souvenir.
Okay.
Oh,
Just quick.
Before we wrap.
I brought you a little souvenir from last night's game. Since I was there, I support my team. I was there opening night.
Okay.
So I brought you a little souvenir
the Clippers are playing,
from the Lakers. So this is for you. Look, our present, our future. This is Lakers opening night. So, what turned out to be what I thought was it seemed
Where's my mug?
right. It seemed to be a handy Laker win. They came out firing. Lou Williams, that guy was balling out of control. I really like this guy. He had a great game. I think he's got some competition for taking over the team. I think.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna go out and say that. I think
Interesting.
because he plays fearlessly, no fear. Kobe, he has like I told you before a couple weeks ago. He has, I think, changed the game a little bit. He's not taking it to the hole like he used
can.
to.
I mean,
but he's hitting the shots that he needs to hit. He had some great shots last night, fadeaways. He had a nice double cross to the shot that was really nice. We need people like Nick Young to be consistent with the threes.
Which he never will be, but go ahead.
D'Angelo Russell, first NBA game.
He'll get into the rhythm.
I think he'll get it there.
Yeah.
Who, Nick or D'Angelo?
D'Angelo.
He'll get it. He'll get it. He just needs to adjust to the NBA. And it probably jitters and nervousness first game. So he didn't do as well as most people would expect. But I think he will. Randall definitely played.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he was impressive.
Played. He was very impressive, and he wasn't scared. So, but your point though, I'm just breezing through this really quick because we don't have much time left. But your point about Lou Williams taking that last shot, I think it was a good call. I think it was a good call. He had the hot hand. He was hot last night in the shooting. Most people would expect the ball to go to Kobe in that situation.
Of course, we all did.
Yep.
And the coach determined that, hey, let's let Lou take the ball. And he had a clear look. I thought it would go in. It didn't. But hey, I think we'll pick up the win in Sacramento.
Okay, well, so again, because this is NBA tip-off, we spent a lot of time on NBA conversation. So we'll continue this conversation because Josh has some really good topics to talk about. Kevin Durant, is he going to be back in MVP form? Yep. Clippers making out the second round. We beat that horse over and over again. But, yeah, I mean, we'll definitely talk about Kevin Durant and see how he does this week and next. When we come back next week, we'll be able to have a better gauge on what KD is looking like and what Kobe is looking like. Guys, we are out of time. We're out of time.
What's so fast?
I know. It just went by so fast. We talked so much. But it's okay because we are now officially the Branded Athlete on Thursday nights live on BHL. And of course, I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram and on Periscope at Erica Renee D.
I'm Charlie Myers, and you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Charlie L. Myers.
And I'm Rheina Ale. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rheina_Ale.
And I'm Joshua Johnson. Find me on social media at JJ the Talented.
And please watch, subscribe, comment, and talk to us on Twitter and on Instagram. Follow us. We'll follow back. Tell us what you thought about our conversation tonight. And we cannot wait to see you until next week, next Thursday. This is the Branded Athlete on Black Hollywood Live.
Come on back.
7 p.m.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
From producers Maria Menounos,
The views
Dario
expressed here are
Kristen,
those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.